Hello everyone, welcome back to the TJOmega channel for day 1241 of our daily content grind. Welcome to another Monday, welcome to another news roundup. So we're going to catch you up on all the Transformer stuff you might have missed throughout the week. And we are going to be starting with a quick little update on Megacon and the Transformer panel that will be occurring there. Yeah, for the first time ever, Hasbro is doing a panel at Megacon to reveal their products, rather than wait for a San Diego Comic-Con or New York Comic-Con to roll around. It will be happening on Friday at 11 a.m. Megacon, if you do not know, happens in Florida, in Orlando. So that is 11 a.m. Eastern. Some of you will be waking up to the news of what the next haslab is. But something to point out is that from this panel description from the Megacon website, the fun thing here is that they do announce that not only are they going to live launch the new Transformers HasLab project, they also mention live product reveals, meaning we might not just see the HasLab. This has me very curious. For the record, my official prediction is that okay, here's my official prediction. I am officially predicting that we are going to get HasLab Lyle Kaiser this year. I am predicting that the first stretch goal is going to be his electromagnetic nunchuck, as potentially just the one from his combined mode, but all of them had those in the cartoons, so maybe all 6, and then and then probably a display stand for the final stretch goal. Here's the biggest prediction: I think Death Cobra is going to be included. I think it's going to be a 7-figure set. And I say that only because there's literally no other way Death Cobra is ever going to get announced. There will be nothing but riots in the streets until a Death Cobra is done to finish off the potential entire team. This is literally the only chance he will ever have of ever getting a toy. So I'm actually expecting this and anticipating it greatly. So there's my official prediction. We have about 5 days before we find out. But let's move on to some of the toy news of the week. For starters, Takara did the official unveiling and stock photography for the upcoming Nucleon Quest Super Convoy, the repaint of the Masterpiece Jinrai. It does look super, super nice in that black deco, doesn't it? Unfortunately, if you want one, you're going to have to do a little bit of struggling. So, right now, this one is going to be... let's see, pre-orders will go live on this Thursday, February 13th, 2025 in Japan. No telling whether or not we're actually going to get an option on this in the US. No idea how limited it is. If Pulse is going to carry it, Big Bad will probably carry it in some way. Entertainment Earth will probably carry it in some way. We will have to sit back and see. But no, we have an official date. Just before Valentine's Day, you will be able to drop money on this thing. Potentially. Let's see some of the upcoming in-hand reveals and in-hand shots of stuff that's about to come out. So here is Wasp from Age of the Primes, or Fugitive Waspinator as they have to call him for trademarking. Yeah, it's a Bumblebee with new head, but that's exactly what the original animated toy was supposed to be, so it's actually really, really nice to see it actually living. It's nice to know that it made the light of day here. It does look super, super nice. Like, the two-tone green and purple hit really, really hard. I'm a fan of two-tone green and purple, so this works for me. It's also a nice tight mold, so, it is a really good figure despite its price point, for its size, anyway. I like that he does come with all Bumblebee's accessories, so rather than try to reinvent the wheel on this figure, he's basically just coming out with exactly what he would have been had the animated version of it not been canceled. That's the right call by Hasbro. Don't go too far. Don't try to give him like Waspinator wings or like try to reinvent wheels here and like redo the vehicle mode. No. This is literally exactly what he was going to be in animated, so do exactly what they were going to do. And I think that is absolutely the right call. Looks really, really nice. I am looking forward to this quite a bit. Keep an eye on your pre-orders. I will go ahead and warn everybody who has this guy on pre-order. Double check the dates. because I do have Megatronus pre-ordered. His release date was moved up to January on me originally, and now says February, when originally this was like a May release. And we know that in some parts of the world, specifically in Australia, in South Asia, Age of the Primes already got released. So we're not going to be waiting as long as Hasbro thought we were going to be waiting. We're probably going to be able to talk about these toys in hand in probably about a month's time. So keep an eye out. Your pre-orders might be charging a little bit faster than you assumed. This is your friendly warning from your professional toy geek over here. We had a really odd photo come up. So this is the G1 Optimus Prime vintage mold. This is not the this is not missing Link, because it's missing some very obvious engineering for that. But this is apparently a crossover with Supreme, the fashion brand out of South Korea. And this is all we have. It's all we have is this little photo. You can tell by the instructions that it's the G1 mold, not missing Link. But this is kind of a little mystery item at the moment. Now it could be knockoff. It could be something that's like a fan produced thing, just to kind of like, you know, maybe. But from all we can tell, yeah, this looks like it's going to be official. So keep an eye out if you are a fan. This is going to be a really weird one, and probably South Korea exclusive. So probably going to be one of those Optimus Primes it's hard for us to get a hold of here or anywhere else in the world for that matter. But who knows? I know there are fans who like the drip. I know you like Supreme. So there you go. You might get a chance at it. Alright, some proper in-hand images from people who have gotten a hold of some early stuff. So this is the upcoming Studio Series Bone Crusher in hand. This is, I believe, he's one of the arms. So this is our deluxe. And he looks it. He definitely looks it. Bone Crusher is a little bit unfortunate when it comes to these because he looks very, very barren in robot mode. It's just like almost all solid green with just a few bits of deco. And that's 100% accurate to how Bone Crusher has always been depicted. From his original toy, how he looked in the cartoon, he's a very boring looking Constructicon. There's no real getting around that. But we see here, yeah, he is much more animation accurate. Toy accurate in a way too, because he doesn't have exposed knees. They're built in. Size is up fairly well. Like, he's actually just a little bit bigger and a little bit buffer than the Menasor limbs there, which I think is a good nod to the fact that, like, you know, he's a construction vehicle. He's going to be a little bit beefier, and it does feel like the size is going to make it. Because remember, to get this correct, the Voyager, there had to be small Voyagers. So if we get larger Deluxes and smaller Voyagers, they're going to end up in a unique uniform size scale with each other, which is probably the right direction to go. If we look, we can also see this photographer actually was nice enough to take example images. Yeah, you can see in vehicle mode how big he looks. Like he's almost stacked up to Ironhide right there, who is a small Voyager. And there, like, looks like we have a limb built in too. Or at the very least, the forearm has been built into the design. So that's one reason for why he looks simple in robot mode. So cool to know that that's part of how this toy is going to work. And then let's see. Do we have the... Okay, yeah, here's the how it transforms. So that means Scavenger should probably have that forearm block built in too. So we're probably going to get minimal additional parts when it comes to like what comes in the Commander box. What upsets me is the fact that it does look like he's sticking to the original G1 transformation, meaning this is going to have no waist articulation whatsoever. Everything else looks fine, but unfortunately it does look like he's going to be a little bit more limited than we're used to. Still, not a bad start. Not a bad start. We also have, same photographer did Q, also from the exact same Studio Series wave. Q is very much holding his entire car on his back in order to get the robot mode looking how it did in the movie. I'm never a fan of that, but it does look like the panels are much larger than usual. Like that, like aside from that one hinge that's folding over the front car, that's the entire side panel of the car, from front wheel to the rear wheel. So at the very least, it's more simple. It's at the very least more simple than those backpack formers tend to be. I'm not sold on this one. Again, you know me by now. Movie aesthetics not my thing. And this one, I do see a lot of discourse over how unpainted he looks, and he does look very unpainted. It's not the best looking figure for me, so I'm probably gonna be skipping it. But congratulations to those waiting for your Dark of the Moon collection to actually be complete. So yeah, as exampled. It's nice that Studio Series still has a few places they can go for toys that they haven't touched yet. Good to know that there's still a little bit of life in that line. Alright, speaking of a little bit of life left in the line, the Deluxe Earthspark toys now have official stock images in box. Hashtag pretty much looks like the Takara release of the toy, except with a little bit more of a vibrant purple color, which I tend to like. I'm kind of glad that it's that close to the Takara version. Now, to my recollection, the Takara version was just a retool of the Warrior class version, just to remove that weird cyber combiner gimmick that they tried. They did those 2-packs, and I thought they were really, really fun toys, and like some of the Warrior classes that are yet to be released also included something similar. I was really hoping that would be a whole thing because that would be so much fun. But it looks like this is just a retool of the Warrior hashtag, which is a little bit unfortunate because it's going to be released at a deluxe price point. Hopefully the paint or any potential accessory makes up for that price difference, but they're probably not. It's probably just a repack just so they can get it out in the world. But we also got our first look at how Soundwave's going to look toy-wise. Now, he is looking good, and I am excited because Soundwave is a stealth bomber I really like the idea of. We technically had that in Cybertron, but this is a lot more proper. And I do really like Earthspark Soundwave's design. Now, the deco, we can already see, has taken a little bit of liberty. There's silver on the head now, which is not present in the model on the show, or at the very least not on the box, there isn't. And the big thing for me is those big chunks of jet that are hanging off his legs. That is an ugly look that I really wish had been taken care of better. Like, I really wish that had folded over to create the other side of his leg rather than just a big triangle of plastic sticking off his shin. We will see how it looks in hand. Maybe there's more you can do with it, and that's just how it's packaged. From what I can see, it might actually, looking at it a little bit closer, it looks like that entire leg can rotate around because it definitely looks like his kneecaps are on his inner thighs. So I will rescind the complaint for now. We will see how it looks once it's in hand. But if that is the case, he will look way better. And this will be a pretty nice take on Soundwave, I think. So I'm actually looking forward to this. You know me, I like my Earthspark, and the Deluxes are solid toys, so I'm looking forward to seeing this Soundwave. Now, if you want something that won't cost you much of anything, then we have Authentics that is still producing some very basic, very simple Transformers. If you don't know Authentics by now, they are the simplest of the simple Transformers, as few parts as possible, because these are released to be very large for their prices and very easy for kids to transform. They are for, like, I believe they're called sixth market toy aisles, things like Walgreens, your local grocery stores, places that don't want to spend or like don't have the space in their toy section to buy like entire case waves of Deluxes just to stock Transformers. This lets them buy smaller waves and have like more eye-catching things on the shelves because these come in much larger boxes. You can see she's as simple as possible. If you're looking for like a quality Transformer experience, this is not going to be it. This is for a kid that just wants to leave with a toy. It doesn't look bad for Authentics though. Outside of how hollow that leg is, this I've seen much worse in Authentics. You know, in certain angles she looks great, so I'll give it that. And the vehicle mode's nice. Like, I like this futuristic vehicle mode. It does not look RC to me, which I think is the most important thing. So, nice. Nice. You know, like, for an Authentics, not bad. Not bad for an Authentics figure. I do think this is the smaller scale, though. Let's see here. Do we have... Yeah, Bravo. So, it's going to be one of the smaller ones. But still, nice cheap pickup if you're curious or if you're an elitist collector. We have in-hand picks for the Swapticon's Wild Jungle Mission 5 pack, which gives us a really good look at these toys and exactly what it is they do and how they work. These are super goofy little things. You can see extremely cartoonish faces on all of them. The main appeal here is just the way they combine. Hook the heads together, twist them, and you will get a, I guess in this case, beast mode, though that's kind of generous on some of these. So like, okay. So Megatron Alligator and Skullcruncher combine into a full-size alligator. That's pretty expected. That's no surprise there. Ape Link and Primal are supposed to be a gorilla here. This is a very stretched gorilla who seems to have 4 rear legs. But you know what? It's just a funny little goofy gimmick line, so you know what? Fine. It's just a goofy little fun toy. And then you get, like, here's Scorponok if you want to throw some weirdness in there. And this is where you start getting and playing around with, like, how goofy this toy line is. And that's the whole intent. That's the whole intent. As you can see, very, very tiny. But, you know, just simple little desktop toys. I am curious. I am absolutely curious about these. I might pick this little set up because, you know, Skullcruncher's in there. That's my headmaster. So, I'm curious. I think these will be fun no matter what. Just as like little goofy, keep your hands busy, kind of like stim toy type things. If you like goofy little releases though, Lego has you hooked up. We have Brickheadz being done for Transformers. Once again, they're going with Optimus and Bumblebee, the go-to. And they seem simple enough. Okay, the Brickheadz look like standard Brickheadz. They definitely seem like they might be a little bit more simplified because we are also getting vehicle mode. So one box is going to contain both robot mode and vehicle mode parts, which is really cool of them to do. You know, knowing Lego, they could have probably done like a 2-in-1 build type thing. I'm glad they didn't go that route. So this is a neat little piece. We'll see. I'm looking for. I'm happy with this. I don't know if these are gonna be things I pick up because it's, you know, it's kind of like the Funko Pop aesthetic that I'm out of right now. We will see though. It'll be a fun little thing for you if you like your oddball stuff and your Lego. All right, a little bit from the Nuremberg Toy Fair. So this is all from Yolo Park. So this is their BMK Basic Model Kit series. Very simplified model kits. These are only 6 points of articulation once you have them built, at least according to their description. Might be a little bit more looking at how they operate. I've never built one, so I don't know exactly. But the idea is these are exceptionally easy to build, just to have a simple take on Optimus, Megatron, your favorites. At least if you like these 4, your favorites. So, not a bad little piece, and they do look good for what their price and size is, you know, intended to be. So, nothing too exciting, but more product from Yolo Park. They also showed off their AMK series Bumblebee, who is looking really, really nice. Looking like they're trying to be very much into the cartoon design on that one, but mixing in just a little bit of modern design to it as well, especially to get the inner details in. Yeah, which is kind of the case that they've gone with for their AMK Pros. It looks really good along with the other big 3 of the Transformer brand. And then them showing off some of their other pieces too, their AMK Minis, which look really, really good. We've seen a bunch of these before. I'm not sure if any of these are like brand new reveals. Let's see, we've seen most of these. Yeah. But they look good, and these come pre-assembled. They're just like little figurines that you're going to just pull out of a box. I do like that they're doing something interesting. You know, we're getting a little bit of Bayverse in there. The Megatron looks odd in green with just a silver head, I'm going to say that. But no, we have an IDW Orion Pax. We have IDW Bumblebee, which is one of the very rare toys that design has gotten, which is actually a really cool pull. Yeah, Yolo Park's doing some solid stuff. We talked about them in the past. It has been a bit since we did anything with them, but I might pick up a couple of these because these are kind of hitting me the right way. And we have talked about the AMK Minis, so I might continue that line. At the very least, I think I need the Hot Rod and the RC. At the very least. I don't normally cover things from fan conventions, but you will understand why this one hits a little close to home. Scott Mcneil is going to be appearing at TFNation. Now, that's super cool. It's good to see that he's still doing cons. As you know, he was at MetroCon, my summer convention in Tampa, every year for a long time. But it's been a bit since he's been around. I do miss the man. I would love to have like one more sit down with him. So do me a favor. I know this is a long way out. This is in August, so we got, you know, a 7-month wait for this to happen, but 6-month wait. If anyone could do, I'm losing track of dates here. Point being, it's not till late summer. If someone could do me a favor, just say hi for me. Tell him TJ says hi. Tell him TJ misses him because it's been a long time. Knowing that there might be numerous of you who say hi to him. That's fine. Eventually it will be funny. So that's just there. Just to know, yeah, he's still around. He's still visible if you're in the right spots. And we're going to finish up this week with a look at the Bearbrick Transformers Optimus Prime 400%. Now, years and years ago, Bearbrick did do Transformer collabs that actually did transform. And they were mostly like standard, like large deluxe size, if I remember them correctly, because they did transform. This is the exact same model, the exact same style of transformation. They didn't do anything new to the engineering that I can tell. Except this is 4 times the size of the original. This thing is huge. It is going to be retailing for $231. Yeah, and approximately 28 centimeters tall. This is a big bear. This is a big bear. So for you oddball collectors out there, that's going to be a real oddball for you to get a hold of. And with that, we are going to end up the news roundup for the week. As always, thank you very much for watching. I do appreciate it, and I will see you next time. You've been waiting a long time, haven't you? But the wait's almost over. You're about to meet the brightest star in the universe. We're going to make an impact.